Hello there, it's me, Ava, Deadbeat, and I'm here to talk about the British sitcom Gavin and Stacey. It totally made my Christmas this year watching the finale, and I think more Americans should watch Gavin and Stacey. So this is sort of a explainer course for Americans in case they haven't seen it yet, because honestly, I think the world needs more Gavin and Stacey. So, where do I even start? The finale was on Christmas Day of last year, but this sitcom dates back to 2007. It is written and created by James Corden and Ruth Jones. Most Americans know James Corden because he was a host of a late night talk show. You've probably seen Carpool Karaoke, or I love his Crosswalk Musical is another fun one. Brits have kind of a weird relationship with Corden. I don't quite understand it, but I know when I read comments on Gavin and Stacey clips, there's a lot of negativity. Like, I love Gavin and Stacey, but I hate James Corden. I don't really know what that's about. It could be that Brits don't really love it when people get kind of successful and braggy. Maybe James Corden is that. I don't really know. When he first started showing up in America, I was like, Smithy's on television. That's the character he plays in Gavin and Stacey. So, okay, let's start at the beginning. Gavin is a boy from Billericay in Essex in England. Now, if you don't know Essex, which I don't, it's kind of like, I think, the Jersey Shore Brits. Would you agree? Is that right? Kind of like loud and brash and lots of self-tanner. And so Gavin's from Essex. His family's obviously also from Essex. Stacey is a girl from Barry Island in Wales. So, Wales and England are two different countries, but they are both part of the United Kingdom and they have very different cultures. So, as Gavin and Stacey fall in love, their two families who are very different also fall in love with each other. And that is the plot of Gavin and Stacey. And it's heartwarming, it's hilarious, it's laugh out loud funny. Like, I've seen the series twice now, and every time I'm just like belly laughs. It's unbelievable and ridiculous. And Smithy is played by James Corden, one of the co-creators and writers, and Nessa is played by Ruth Jones, also one of the co-creators and writers, and they are the best friends of Gavin and Stacey. And their love story is more complex, and I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say it's a slow burn. It's totally worth the wait, which is actually close to 20 years if you talk about how long the series was in creation. But there's 17 years of episodes. It's 3 seasons, 2 specials, and you can binge it on BritBox. You should get BritBox and you should binge it, because if you want to restore your faith in humanity, there's nothing like Gavin and Stacey. So, to tell you a little bit about Barry Island in Wales, I think it might be kind of like Coney Island, maybe. There's like an amusement park. I don't get a lot of the references being an American, unfortunately, but it sounds like a lot of fun. And Barry Island has had a ton of tourism since Gavin and Stacey come out. People come there just to get Gavin and Stacey fixes and to go to the street where they film, because Stacey, being from Wales, she lived with her mom, Gwen, and across the street is her uncle Bryn. Oh, God, I love them. And of course, Doris. Next door to Gwen is Doris. Where's your salad? Where's your salad? There's your salad! You have to see the show to even know what I'm talking about there. But it's funny. Rip Doris. So they film in the actual places, like in the tiny little house on the little street in Barry Island. They film in that little house, and a woman lives in it, and she has like a shrine to Gavin and Stacey in it. But they clear out her tiny little flat, her little, tiny little normal flat, and they shoot in it. I cannot believe that they actually shoot in houses. And same for the Billericay one. I think they might not film in Billericay, but they film in a couple's house. Now that is Pam and Mick's house. Let's talk about Pam and Mick, shall we? Couple goals. They are Gavin's parents, and Pam is played by Alison Steadman. You probably know her from the BBC version of Pride and Prejudice. I love Alison Steadman. I saw her in Mike Leigh films. She was also married to him. Oh, Pam and Mick, played by Larry Lamb. What a name. So, Pam, hi, darling. Oh, she's so lovely. They are the best couple ever. Their love story, just the way they have these little snits and then they get over it and they adore one another again. And she just like giggles. She loves to giggle. She loves it when Mick just like cracks her up, and she likes to play Camilla and King Charles, which I think is hilarious. That's one little funny thing about Pam. She hates Princess Diana. Now, how many Brits hate Princess Diana? That's just hilarious to me. And she calls Gavin, my little prince. Oh, my little prince. And Larry Lamb, in an interview, I've seen so many interviews at this point for the finale of Gavin and Stacey, he said that Mick is basically the consort to Queen Pamela. And I love that. He is. He's just like her sidekick, and she is the queen. And of course, Gwen, Stacey's mom, is also lovely. Would you like an omelet? I would love an omelet. And Uncle Bryn is such a total, complete weirdo wacko. So the two towns and countries, Gavin and Stacey live 4 hours apart. So they both work for the same company, but in different countries. And so they're always going back and forth. And a lot of the show, they're in the car driving back and forth, going to see each other. And then their different family members are going back and forth, back and forth. So Nessa, let's talk about Stacey's best friend, Nessa. Oh, what's occurring? Now, if you're an American, what I just said was, what's occurring? I guess that's Welsh slang. I don't know, but I love it. Tidy. Nessa is hard to explain, but she's the standout of the show. She's just a weirdo. She tells these long stories about her past. She's had affairs with interesting people and done every job you can imagine. Like, she's been a longshoreman, and she's been with all these different celebrities who I don't know because I'm American. And she just has such a weird sense of humor and presence. And of course, she's also the writer and creator of the show. And when you see Ruth Jones being Ruth Jones, you're like, Nessa, that's not, because Nessa is just so flat. She has this really strange affect. Whereas Stacey, oh, everything's lash. It's lash, it is. It's so lash. Stacey's so giggly and silly and girly. And then Nessa's, oh. I love them. And it's the contrast between them that's so great. And then you have Gavin, who's just, Gavin's an everyman. He loves to love, he impetuously went after Stacey and drove to Barry Island after they first hooked up just to show her that he cared. And Gavin's just a lover, and then his best friend, Smithy, Smithsta, Gavla. Oh, Smithy. I don't even know how to explain him. He's selfish and childish and utterly charming. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the series, Smithy and Nessa have a child today. Oh, Neil the baby. And they're both saying to each other, look, I've got this family name. I've got to name him. It's in my family. It's got to be this name. Oh, well, turns out they both have the same name in mind in the family. Neil the baby. And Neil the baby grows up in the series. And in the finale, he sings a song. Oh my God, if that doesn't get you. Oh, I won't spoil that, the series finale and where he's singing it, because that's all it's a slow burn. You gotta watch the whole thing. You will thank me later, Americans. Spending time with these two families who fight, they get drunk, they party like crazy. I mean, I cannot imagine how much alcohol these families consume, apparently on a regular basis. But spending time with them is just so lovely. And I binged this over the holidays, and I have a small family, which is great. I love my family. But I've always wondered, like, what is it like to have a large family? You can watch Gavin and Stacey and get a little taste of what it's like to live in a large family and have all those squabbles. But at the end of the day, you're still friends and they all love each other. And that is, I think, the enduring nature of Gavin and Stacey, is that it's hilarious and ridiculous and over the top, but they all love each other. And we should all be so lucky to have friends and loved ones like that. And even though Gavin and Stacey are from different towns and different countries, they can overcome their difficulties and find a way forward. And same for their families. So I have about 10 million other things to say about it, but I think I'll stop there for now. Have you watched Gavin and Stacey? Brits, Welsh people, why don't you tell me all the things I got wrong? Because I'm sure I got about a million billion things wrong. Oh, so the finale in England had like 24 million viewers. Like, they're crazy for this in England. And the British people in general just love Gavin and Stacey, as they should. As they should. I mean, it's like, I watch a lot of British TV, so you should watch it with subtitles if you're American. That helps for sure. As I said, I don't get a lot of the pop culture references, like a lot of the celebrities don't get it. You know, I watch the British Love Island, but that's not enough. Like, I have to watch EastEnders and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, British Big Brother, all these shows that I just, the morning show, I don't get it. So there's a lot of stuff I didn't get, but it doesn't matter because it's Gavin and Stacey. And it's not even Gavin and Stacey. It's as much Gavin and Stacey as it is Smithy and Nessa, or Gwen and Bryn, or Pam and Mick. It is really like, it's all of them combined that make this show. So do you love Gavin and Stacey? Are you an American? Tell me all about it. Leave a comment. Okay. It's Lash. Oh, what you getting us this year? I can't do the Welsh accent. I can do a little bit of a British accent, but I don't know how the Essex accent sounds different. Why am I talking so high-pitched? I don't know. How does an Essex accent sound different than... I'm sort of talking a little bit like Pamela now, maybe? Oh, okay, darling. Hello, darling. I love Pamela. She's just sunshine on a stick of butter. I love her. Love her. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta work on my Essex accent and my Welsh accent. Oh, what's a cotton? We love you, Gavin and Stacey. Thank you for bringing light and joy into our lives, because we need more of that. Okay, tune in later. I'll have more TV, movie, book reviews, pop culture, because I like to consume a lot of it. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.